Hey everybody, this is Sam and Megan here again with another semi-dead mall, the Thunderbird Mall in Virginia, Minnesota. All I could really find about this mall was that it was built in the 70s. Other than that, I know it's been slow with customers lately. A lot of stuff has been shut down because of COVID, but there's a few stores that remain, like Dunham's Sports. There's a shoe store in there, some jewelry stores, and some other stores that came in, like Hobby Lobby, and I believe there's an Aldi's, but they're kind of disconnected from the mall. You can't access them unless you come from the outside. We noticed right when we walked in, there's quite a few vacant lots in this building that was used for mainly just storing stuff. We also noticed that there's quite a few serious mall walkers. In the middle of the mall, they did have like vintage seats and whatnot from the 70s, and even towards the sides of the mall where it heads outside, they had quite a few 70s retro seating areas with the planters. Very throwback. I also noticed the lighting up in the ceiling, very old school, had like a diamond shape coming down with the light fixtures. I thought that was pretty cool. Whenever malls, plazas start having pop-up shops, that's when you know the mall's not doing that great. They also used to have a Herberger's. I've never been in one, but I think it was like a women's shopping place, and that was one of the bigger anchors that were in this mall, but they ended up closing down, and Hobby Lobby ended up taking over there. These were those diamond-shaped, pyramid-shaped lighting fixtures I was talking about. I'm guessing there's fluorescent lights up there, that's why it's flickering. Also, you know, a mall's going downhill when you start seeing taekwondo dojos and stuff inside of them. Yeah, they usually move in. So this part right here kind of threw me off because she actually went out of her way to actually touch this thing, which kind of like, I was like, what the heck, you know? Like, you should only be touching me, you know? That's me right there, just taking pictures of like garbage cans and lighting fixtures. Very old school. We had to have it in there. See, and I thought this guy, you see him in the window right there, you can hear him swishing by, like walking super fast. He's at least doing like a 4 in the speed department there, and you could just hear him swishing right past you. This guy made about 5 laps around the mall by the time we made like half a lap recording. So this is a very serious mall walker here. See, I don't know if this was closed off due to COVID or these machines just, they don't want people using the machines anymore. But as you can notice, a lot of vacant slots up here for businesses to go in. This right here we found was interesting too. These gumball containers were like completely empty. They didn't really have anything inside them, nor did they care to fill them back up. See, we were ending up checking gates and whatnot, but a lot of these were actually locked up. Would have loved to get back there and actually film and see what's back there. So this is where, I'm assuming this is one of the entrances here from the mall going into Herberger's. I don't think it goes too far back though. I think it's like maybe 40 feet over, and that's where the Hobby Lobby starts. I believe they did it like that because I think they think the mall is failing and they didn't want their business. They wanted the space, but they didn't want their business actually with the mall, because they do their own thing. And if the mall ever went under, I believe they could tear the mall down, but they would have to leave the Hobby Lobby building because it's its own thing. So I think that's why they did it like that. Yeah, it's a cool little picture of put a quarter in there and it flies around and lands in. I thought it was kind of cool, vintage. Now this is Plaza 53, old place right across from the Thunderbird Mall. This again was built in I think 1970s. There's some businesses in there, but it's basically just like, I don't know, like a retail area. It's not really a business. It's more of like a shopping center. But it's really cool. an abandoned Sears with an open lot that you'll see we end up walking in. Now this I thought was super cool. It's like random blue with a big Sears sign out front. I think they were doing construction inside there or trying to renovate it for something, but the ground in this place is just tore up. The tiles are coming up cracked. This place is definitely, you see how dirty it is. It was just really nasty. As we walked over here, this was open, and we end up having to have to check this out. I don't know if this was a connection of Sears or if another business was in there. Looks like they ended up cutting about like 5 inches on the bottom there for some reason. The floor was a bit wet, really dirty, moldy. I don't know, stuff has been sitting there for a long time. So I'm assuming this was like the back retail place. I don't know if there was offices back here or what they did back here, stored stuff. As you can tell by her filming here, she's a bit scared to peek in there because it was dark and like creaky back there. So every time she looks around the corner, it's like a she hesitates going around the corner. I can't stop watching that. That's funny. I think in my next video, I'm gonna try to scare her, try to get her one of these times, walking down these dark corridors. Now this was super cool. Old Star Tribune, paper machine, you know, put the quarter in, open it up, grab newspaper. I don't know what this stuff was here for, but it did have, beware of dog. They did have some cool stuff there. We found like 1953 booklets and whatnot. I don't know if they were there from the store was there back in the day. Actually, the store was built in the 70s, so I don't know what paperwork's doing from the 50s in there. It was strange though. Here she's digging around in trash right now. Found this, it's a Red Hot Chili Pepper poster. This is pretty cool. I'm assuming these were hanging up when the people worked here, like in the back where employees lounge would have been or something. These were those work basket 1950s magazines we found. We ended up looking them up on eBay and they're not worth any money. People are selling them for a whole stack of these for like $4 or $5. That's kind of cool. Now, I don't know if anyone's ever seen this, The Collector. It's a movie that came out like, I think like in 2006 or so. And it's a super good movie, one of my favorite movies. And then they had the movie The Collection, where there's a huge movie poster. And it's like almost like one of those things that you want, but you don't take. Even walking out here, see the pillows, pillars are all yellow and whatnot. That was pretty cool. Just like throwback, really old style part of the building. But I hope you guys liked it. That's our video. Thank you. Like, subscribe, follow our Facebook, and check us out on YouTube.